didn't take long at all, did it? Really?
Hello and welcome. No, I'm joking.
What, are you trying to be that boxing announcer? Whatever his fucking name was. That guy.
No, the white-haired guy.
The white-haired guy, yeah.
With the UFC. Forgot his name.
Yes, and that same guy who was the bad guy in Zohan.
Zohan, literally, I was thinking of Zohan as well, yeah.
Right? I haven't seen that movie in such a long time, though. I need to watch that again. Right? Australian. Oh, I love that shit, man.
Why do we always do this? We start with something and then we just talk about films straight away.
Because you said something that reminded me of Zohan.
Well, it was a great film.
Great film. I don't care what anyone else says. Like, I know a few people who said, "Oh, I didn't like Don't Mess with the Zohan." I was like, "Mate, you clearly didn't watch that movie. Or your sense of humor is shit." Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I remember before we were about to go out one time, I think it was me, you, obviously our friend who climbs bus stops, and a few others.
Yes, and, our superhero friend.
Yeah, it was superhero friend, and I tried to be the superhero. So before you go, obviously it was like, quick push-ups just to get that pump.
Standard. Get the chest going. Get the
chest going, bit of tricep. But I started doing it, and then I tried to do the claps. Like Zohan.
Yeah.
He goes like, "What? Maybe you look for experience in something else. Look." Does a push-up, and I remember doing that. And my younger brother went, "I bet you can't do 2." So I did a push-up, got up and clapped twice, and he was like, "Yeah, that was that. Can you do 3?" As I went to do 3, I literally clapped once and smashed my chin off the floor. I had massive blood pouring out. Obviously, bearing in mind I had a new top on because we were going out with the boys.
Yeah, ready to go. Yeah. Chest didn't protect you, then, did it?
I did not protect me at all, bro. Did not protect me at all.
Wasn't pumped enough at that point.
It must be difficult. But yeah, no, great film.
Great movie. Oh my God, yeah. Honestly, just memories of and so many quotable moments from that movie. It's unbelievable.
I love the bit when he goes to Mariah though as well. And he's like, "Mariah, I love you. I love you too, creepy little man. Buy my album." As we're both doing the hands.
I love it when Rob Schneider was doing the numbers when he's typing the numbers on the phone. When it's like possum. Oh, this.
How about one? How about?
Oh, tears, bro! Absolute tears with that movie. I need to see where I can find that. I don't know if it's on Netflix or not.
Actually, good point. I don't know, because I know Netflix love a bit of Adam Sandler, so it might be on there.
Yeah, they've got a full collection almost, haven't they, of Adam Sandler's?
Yeah, they do. He's good. I like him.
Have you seen? Did you watch the movie that he was in, Uncut Gems?
That's the one film I haven't seen of his, and I have not seen his another one. Something. What is it? The Jewish holiday one. It's on Netflix as well. I think it's his actual daughter. So obviously he's the father. And there's,
nice.
That's what I read somewhere. Like it's Adam Sandler's daughter who's in the film. But the latest one that I watched of him, or like the last film that I watched with Adam Sandler, was the one of basketball where he finds the guy who was a basketballer, and I think it's based on a true story.
Have you seen that one? I haven't seen it. I know which one you mean though. I haven't seen it. I know exactly which one you mean.
Title, but yeah, basically I watched that one. I quite enjoyed it. It was a really good film. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, like I said, I'm talking
the cartoon one we watched as a father, obviously Adam Sandler, Leo. That was a really good film as well. You can tell it's Adam Sandler's voice.
Oh, right, there you go then.
Netflix, yeah, cartoon Leo. So yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, definitely. Cartoons are still waiting for me to watch. So
like honestly, sick of that. I told you before, we bought a huge TV and I'm watching football on my phone. Bought it to watch the footy, and
that's beautiful.
Although my daughter's like, "Daddy, we're ready to watch the big game," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's go watch it." And then she's like, "I want to watch this now," and I'm like, "Yeah, all right, let's go." And
the attention span of kids. The attention span of kids. I love it. I love
Chelsea.
it. And now and again, she's watching some cartoon. She's like, "Chelsea," and that's it. Proper Chelsea.
Like honestly, this is me, as you can see on the screen.
Yeah.
This, watching a football.
Does she say proper Chelsea or not?
She doesn't say proper Chelsea, but she knows how to say Man United are rubbish.
Yeah,
made sure we got that in there straight away. We don't like that team, do we, Daddy? We don't like the Reds. Manchester. She doesn't say Man United. She goes, Manchester United are rubbish.
Ooh, full title.
The full title. Full Sunday name. Full Sunday name.
That is hatred to the very core. That's what that is. You should teach her what Aspersion syndrome means.
Next on the list.
That's actually, you know what? Wait till she's about 8, and then it's fine. That's suitable for 8-year-olds and above.
That's for them to know that.
To know that Spurs is shit as well. But anyways, moving on from that. No, have you watched anything recently then? Like since the last time we spoke? Apart from rewatching Transformers.
You know what I watched? We've rewatched Transformers obviously since our last conversation.
And I agree with you, by the way, from the last conversation. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. That ending was like, what the fuck? Yeah. What is that? Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, by the way, for people. No, we're not going to spoil it.
Last one, it's been months. It's been weeks now, so it's tough.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
If you haven't seen it by now, no one cares. But no, what did I watch? I kind of got into. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last pod or not, but What If No, I don't think I mentioned it. I did I? No, I didn't.
What, the Marvel stuff?
The Marvel series season 2 one.
Yeah. Oh, is season 2 out?
Yeah, season 2's out. Yeah.
3 episodes of season 1. But I've got those like downloaded, ready to watch as well. But yeah, I like that. I like
season 2. It's the one where basically Ragnarok, where I can't remember the name of the planet, but Hulk and Thor are fighting each other. But it's like, what if Iron Man never makes it back through the wormhole, and he ends up going there, and he's just sick. Iron Man there as well. Like,
I do like that kind of stuff. I'll be honest.
Just watch it. It's a quality. That was my favorite episode of the whole season 2. The rest of them are decent as well and still good, but the ending on season 1 was better than the whole finale of season 2. And I won't say anything else to spoil.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely don't spoil it for me because I haven't watched it. I know it's been out for a while, but don't.
It hasn't been out for a while. It's only been
season 1.
It's only been out for a little bit. Oh, season 1. Yeah, I'm spoiling it for you now. That's been out for a while.
Don't spoil that shit for me. No,
what about you? Have you watched anything?
I'm literally right now. I'm watching. Sorry, real quick on the What If though. How cool would it have been, right, if they've shot the full normal Marvel's movie that we watch, Civil War or whatever it is, right? Yeah. And then immediately they shot the What If live action as well.
That'd have been pretty sweet.
Wouldn't that have been cool as fuck, right? I would have watched both movies. I would have stayed at the cinemas for 5 hours to watch both movies. By the way,
definitely would have been there. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That is such a cool idea.
We grew up with some of these great films, weren't they? Though, like these are some of like our greatest childhood movies. These early Marvel stuff, and it's just
because now you're getting some absolute trash movies. There's a movie on Prime called Saltburn, by the way, called Saltburn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I've not seen it.
I was like, oh my God, is it about the actual town of Saltburn? It isn't. It actually isn't.
It's got nothing to do with it.
It's got nothing
to do with
Saltburn.
There's somebody who's been burned by salt?
No. Like a snail or something. No, apparently it's set in like Oxford/Cambridge, and it's about this like high society. And apparently, I think as far as I've read, the estate that they live on is called Saltburn. So, and so I read that and I was like, well, I don't really want to watch this now at all. Actually, you know what I mean? Because if it was the town of Saltburn, I thought, right, okay, cool. I'll give it a watch, see what's going on. You know, did they actually get the proper town? No, it wasn't even about that.
Did they get a lemon top?
They're not even in the same part of the UK, mate. Like, you know what I mean? They are south.
Different postcode.
Too many different postcodes in between. That's what it is. But no, I'll tell you what I have been watching though, and I've just started season 2. There's a series on Netflix called Undercover. And it's to do with a couple of Belgian detectives who go undercover, right. Into a kingpin's world or organization. And I've just started season 2 now, and I'll tell you what, right? I'm enjoying it. Like, it's
really?
So because I don't really the language that they speak is
English film, by the way. Yeah, or is it like a
so you could choose. Yeah, it's a series, so it's a foreign series. It's a Belgian/Dutch. But basically, there's an area like way back when in history called is it called Fleming? I think it was called Fleming. And basically, these guys speak a language called Flemish. And it's like a mixture of Dutch, Belgian, French, German, and English. And when I say it like that, and I genuinely mean like that, because I'm watching it in the original language, and they're saying some words, and I'm like, wait, did they just speak English? And then no, they're speaking French. Wait, was that German? It's called Flemish, by the way. But it's better to watch it in the original language than it is to watch it in the English dub. English dubbed. I watched 2 episodes in English dubs, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I switched over. The voice of the actor was different. The emotions were different. I was like, well, fuck this. I'd rather watch it in the original language.
Exactly. Watch it and just read the subtitles.
Yeah, read the subtitles.
You can get that emotion from the voice. Yeah, no, 100% agree. The one time we did that was because we used to watch quite a couple in English dub, and we never got into it, and there was a reason for it, and clearly it was a sound.
Yeah.
But it was Money Heist. We were really into that, my wife and I, and we watched that a lot of it, and then we turned into Spanish like after first couple of seconds or a couple of minutes on the first episode, and we just fell in love with it. And obviously we're just reading it but still watching. But there's people out there, isn't there, who can't have subtitles on because they're like, it distracts me from watching the film. And I'm like, how? And
they're not on a different screen.
Well, that's what I mean. Exactly. You're looking at the same screen, so I don't understand why. Unless it's maybe dyslexia, and they I suppose that could come into it, and they struggle to read.
Hey, look, we're not talking about that. No.
Who have said it to me, who I'm convinced or know for certain they don't have dyslexia because they're family members and they're
I see what you mean.
Into it because people listen to this and they'll be like, is he talking about me?
Yeah, well, if it is CSI spray and sheep, kuiti diegle tambay. There you go. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. I'd much rather watch it in the original language rather than.
I totally agree.
And we've watched quite a few foreign. I say foreign. Obviously, what would they be called? International series, I suppose. I don't really know what they would be referred
foreign. They would be foreign to me and you, but international.
Netflix,
I think it's more.
It's just like anything, isn't it? Yeah, but
they don't give a shit about that.
Yeah. Series called Lupin. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Lupin. No, that's the one with the. It's like a scam artist or something.
Yeah. The con artist who.
Con artist. That's it. Yeah.
Bases it on the whole Lupin series books that he's trying to follow. It's really good. And we watched another one there called The Elite. This is a while back. So this was like lockdown or just after lockdown. Again, Spanish. It was like a kid gets a scholarship to a posh school, highly elite school, private school, tuition fees, 50,000 a term, that kind of stuff. And then it's just like there's murders going on and other stuff and a bit of detective work. And it's really well shot, really well kind of edited as well. It kind of goes future past, but you have to keep paying attention, because if you don't pay attention, you're like, oh shit, now what happened? So then you have to, you know what I mean? A lot of rewinding to be what happened. But we really enjoyed it. Again, Spanish series, very good.
It's worth it. Like with Narcos, for example. I'm sure. Did you watch any of the Narcos?
What's the Narcos? I stopped after they killed Escobar. Once Escobar was done, I stopped watching.
No spoilers, by the way, for people. He died in '94. Okay.
Oh, surely they must know that now, right? That's not even a couple of weeks.
No, definitely not. That's a long time ago. That's literally 30 years ago now. So 30 years ago. Yeah. But obviously with Narcos, you can't watch. Like a remake of Narcos, for example, in when they remade it into like a Hollywood movie or whatever it is, you can't really watch it. You need to watch it in the proper language, in that Colombian dialect. Do you know what I mean?
And I agree.
But yeah, like I totally with you on that one. With the original language, it has to be, because otherwise it's just meh. You might as well just wait for the English version. Yeah. Because they're all
narrating over it.
Like literally in this series, right? In the first episode, there's the subtitles were in English, but the subtitles followed the actual proper language. Yeah. And so I was listening to it in an American dub, and he clearly said 70,000 euros in in the subtitle, and the guy speaking over like the dubbed version, he was like, "I want that $70,000," and I'm like, "Wait, surely you can just read off." The subtitles where it says euros, right? And then as soon as he said that, I was like, no, I'm turning this off.
That funny funny is euros, right?
That's euros, mate. Yeah, that's not dollars, all right? Like, I don't know what the fuck.
They're probably looking at it going like, what's this letter here? Like E500? What does that even mean? Why is this E got two middle lines? Is that Latin? Is that Latin?
Same reason the S has two lines going across it. I don't understand what's that got to do with dollars, by the way. Like, I don't get it. But anyways, it is what it is. Look. Obviously, we haven't had much football in the last few days since we last spoke anyway. So, but we do have, we are doing some predictions though, if you fancy doing that.
We are going to do some predictions, my guy, because that's what these listeners are here to listen to and hear. What predictions, who's going with what. But as you can see, I am still on, I've not seen sunset yet.
Yes, so, yeah. You're on Mars or some shit, you bro.
You might have, the pen and papers don't work here where I am. So I might have to get you to jot these down. But there's currently a live game going on here. Wolves at Brentford.
Ooh, that's a Premier League clash as well. That's a Premier League clash as well. I think we've got later on tonight. Is it Spurs Burnley?
Yeah, it's in about 10 minutes kickoff as we're recording.
8 o'clock, yeah, that's brilliant.
8 o'clock kickoff, so that should be all right for us to watch something.
Yes, I was going to. Well, hopefully, anyway, we'll see.
We're taking the tree down. We're taking all the decorations down. Yeah,
it's meant to be on the 6th, apparently. Like, because
I've got the tree before the 6th or 6th.
Oh, it's before the 6th.
Albanian tradition. So
perfect. I can take it down tonight then.
Yeah, so you crack on it.
I've literally got one tree, and I even said to my wife, I was like,
"What are you talking about? We've got one tree. Why are you having?"
No, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean like that. I meant like we've got the small tree. It's like a tiny little tree that's literally perched on a little table to make it look taller, right? But I said to my wife, I was like, no, as soon as you leave, I'm taking this down, like a threat. And she was like, no, you have to take it down on the 6th. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. And I've left it just in case, we get that FaceTime. And then she's like, oh, how's the house looking? Shit. I didn't think that one through. But yeah, I'll take it down tonight.
I've been told, mother-in-law said it has to be taken down before the 6th.
Okay, that's fine.
So tonight, tomorrow, before the 6th, on the 6th. Technicalities.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as the 6th...
I don't think it really matters, does it really? Does it really matter? There's people who've got them up all year round as well. Like
literally.
I don't know what is these with not conspiracies, but intuitions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but anyway, I have to follow it.
It's a Christmas spirit, apparently. It's a Christmas spirit. It lasts the whole fucking year. I don't get it. Sorry.
With Christmas and Easter, I don't understand how, and this is just a lack of education, but maybe this is for an explanation on a different parties. Why is Easter always on a different day, but Christmas, because he got resurrected on one day, why is it not the same day all the time? Because his birth is the 25th all the time.
I will answer that with this, right? The fact that there are maybe about 17 different versions of Christianity,
right,
probably kind of explains it, to be honest, because the Orthodox Easters are different to the Catholic Easter, and I'm sure the Protestant Easter is different to the fucking Catholic. I don't know.
That was a lack of education on my part there, but it's something that since we talked about Christmas, it just always made me question. I've questioned other people, obviously churchgoers and who are devout Christians, and I've asked them, and they've always seemed to say, "Oh, it's just the way it is," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, but why?" It's just the way it is. Yes, but why? How is it just the way it is? All right. I said, you are born when's your date of birth? Da-da-da. Okay, so on da-da-da every year. As am I on this date every year. Same. We've got the 25th. However, the resurrection surely happened on a certain date. Nobody said, "Oh, it's on the moon, on the second moon from, or 2 moons from now," or because you're back. That's how they measured time, I guess, back then. But they must have known resurrection 13th of April. 29th of March, whenever it is, but Easter Monday seems to fall on a different, and I never understood it. I never understood why.
I think
I should have paid more attention at school, I guess. Religious studies.
I got kicked out of that shit when I questioned God, and they were like, "What? I'm not his existence. Just like, fucking, I'm asking a question as a 15-year-old. I need to know." But no, that wasn't good enough. I got kicked out of class. But I think with Easter, right? I think it's got something to do. In all seriousness, I think it's got something to do with when he was seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, because when Jesus resurrected, according to the Bible, Jesus resurrected, but no one actually saw him physically resurrect until, you know what I mean? And then they saw him afterwards. They saw either visions or again, being from a Catholic background, I'm going to safely say that he did not resurrect from the dead and just floated up into heaven, right? I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm probably offended quite a lot of people, but I don't give a shit because, again,
that's allowed.
The thing is, again, I'm just working off logic shit. You know what I mean? Bro, how did you disappear? We're talking about God and you just disappeared in a second. What happened there?
Just like...
You just went, like, seriously,
I don't even know how I did it.
Exactly. Like, should I mention it again? Oh, shit, there he is. But I think it's got something to do with when he was officially seen by whoever it was.
Okay,
I can't remember who the fuck it was at the beginning. Mary Magdalene, I think she was the first one to see him. And then Thomas, or Saint Thomas, was the first one to be like, "Nah, you're not the real Jesus." I don't know. There's a lot of fluff going on in the Bible.
Somebody let us know. Somebody let us know. We'd just like to be educated.
Don't. I really
don't want to be educated. I just wanted to know. Because I have Christians who are where I work, and obviously I ask them questions, and they say, and another question I've always wanted to know, and I asked this woman who's devout Christian, and I said, like, the Son of God. So I always say, so if Jesus is the Son of God, then who's God? And then she was like, that's what I said, like prophet. Yeah. Obviously in Islam, Jesus was a messenger to the prophet. That's how he's
Isa is a prophet, yeah.
So, but what I mean is, like, for Christianity side is I never understood it. And it was like, Jesus, the Son of God, you blessed us with your son. And I was like, so who is God? And she's like, Jesus is God. And I was like, so then who's the Son of God? He's 3 people.
Yeah, he's the Holy Trinity, bro. Like, did you not know that?
Okay. But no, I was trying to come from a different point of literally understanding, no offending anybody, nothing. I just wanted to be educated on it because I never understood Son of God. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to because it feels like
I like how you've opened this conversation, right? Because I will say this point as well, which again many people will know, but they just refuse to accept it, that Jesus was actually a Jew, right? Like,
and he spoke Aramaic.
Yeah, like there's not even, I don't even understand why that's even something that's debated when it clearly says so. And the name Jesus derives from the Jewish name Yeshua, which is Joshua, which is Jesus. So again, I just see, this is why I don't really pay that much attention when it comes to especially the Bible, because over time it's changed so many. It's changed. It's interpreted in different ways, and that's why I can't take it seriously. Like,
without comparing the two.
No. I know what you're going to say.
They were talking about the Quran before. Like, this is a Quran from, I think it was like 500 years ago.
Yeah,
and this is the one today, and it hasn't changed in the slightest. However, in the Bible, this has changed. And
there's so many different versions of the Bible. That's why there's King David's, there's fucking Solomon's, and there's fucking God knows who else. Literally, I have no idea. but yeah, no, you're right. With Islam, it's like the Quran is the latest of the holy books. Like when you look at it time frame wise, and it is the book that's kept true to its meaning from the beginning. And it's different. Like, again, and that,
we're not saying right or wrong. We're not,
no. It's not even that. It's not even that.
It's just having a discussion. It's
interpreted like, people who commit certain acts of crime and stuff like that in the name of the Quran. That's just their interpretation of it, which it clearly isn't set in stone. Do you know what I mean? The guidelines.
This is the thing. I had a conversation with somebody who was like, "Oh, it's a violent religion, Islam," and I was like, the individual I was talking to was black, and I was like, "So is Christianity." She was like, "What do you mean?"
It's the most
like that as well. What do you mean? And I was like, "Well, the Ku Klux Klan believes they were doing it in the name of Jesus every time they hung black people."
Sorry, the Crusades that happened.
The Crusade go, But I was trying to make it a bit more for her, like obviously the racist things that black people experienced in America, early 60s, early 50s, and so on, is a lot of people did it in the belief of white Christ.
Well, for 350 years up until the civil rights and all that. No, of course. But surprise.
But that's what she said. That's what she was like. And I was like, so you can't keep saying to me like, oh, Islam is you want to kill everybody. And
it's actually the most peaceful.
It's trying to be as peaceful and trying to do, but again, you don't get coverage of peaceful Muslims.
No, because it doesn't sell. It's going back to the talk sport side of things. It's not talk sport religion. That's what it is. That's what they're trying to make it out to be. But no, I totally agree with you. And I've asked, obviously, one of my closest friends, he is Muslim, and I've asked him many questions in terms of the Quran. And like, I would never, for me personally, I've come to a stage now where I don't really want to identify with a certain religion, not for any particular reason. I just think, they're mostly man-made, right? They're made up. Mm-hmm. So for me, I like the knowing of a supreme being.
Yeah.
But I don't want to associate myself with a certain sect of a religion. Do you know what I mean? Or just a full religion. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'm happy to know that there is a supreme being. Monotheism, so one God. That's all I care about. Do you know what I mean? Whether you see God as a spiritual person or being or whatever it is, creator, however you want to see it. But for me, I've gone away from just identifying with a religion, and there's, like I said, no particular reason. It just creates too much chaos. And if you just say I believe in one God, that's it. People just leave you alone. Do you know what I mean? They don't really ask, oh, what religion and this. And I'll be honest, I've never been asked that question like since I've left school. So
until now,
do you know what I mean? And I went to a Catholic school, so I never got.
No, I'm with you, bro. That's fine, bro. That's good. And obviously, just to let this out there, anybody listening, we're not offending you. We're not saying anything.
No.
Sharing our own thoughts.
Opinions.
And just opinions. That's it. And if you want to get involved, we do have a Facebook page. Get on there, educate us, comment. We'll get involved with chats, and we will respond between the hours of 9 and 5, Monday to Friday.
Sorry. Could you make it like 1 a.m. till fucking 12 a.m. or some shit? So we're never going to answer these questions. No, obviously, each to their own. If they want to start debating and arguing about religion and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. That's your right to do that. But like I said, for me, I'm happy knowing that there is one God, one supreme being. That's all I care about. And the teachings of Quran or the Bible, again, they're meant to be guidelines. They're not meant to be live and die by these words. Do you know what I mean? And it's about how you interpret it. Like, for example, you probably know this as well. Pork, everyone's like, oh, Quran bans this. But guess what? The Bible fucking does the same thing. Bible does exactly the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So
they talk about, but you get me. Then again, it's like that's it. It doesn't sell. It doesn't sell.
It doesn't sound as good, does it? Yeah. Oh, but we say this as well. No, you just nah, it's fine. Yeah, I like this extreme idea over here. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, because I like that basically, like especially when they compare, like in Christianity and the Bible, love thy neighbor, but it's the same in the Quran. Don't cause harm to anybody else. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. That kind of stuff.
That is the golden rule.
Wait, what? no, that's only in Christians. You guys just want to kill everyone, the non-believers, the infidels, and so on and so on. Like, come on, don't be serious. Like, stop listening to the media, stop listening to news. Like, speak to people.
Or stop listening to the extremist views that present this shit. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Stop listening.
Extremists on both ends, isn't it, really? Extremists on both ends, so yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean, yeah, on both ends.
No, that's what I mean,
absolutely.
both ends, exactly. Don't listen to one side, because one side's going to say against that religion, and that religion is going to say against it. It's just, but anyway, but yeah, that was my question. Why is it particularly not on a set date? You've answered that, and then obviously you've answered. You gave me your honest, educated guess. Not educated guess, but educated approach towards it.
Yes.
Whereas the other question was
half educated.
Why the three? You said the Holy Trinity. So.
So yeah, you've got the divine spirit that impregnated Mary, you know what I mean, with no input from the man at all, by the way, like this fucking immaculate conception that happened, like, do you know what I mean? We've come so far in scientific. No, I'm just saying we've come so far in scientific knowledge, and we still believe in that. That's why I don't want to identify with anything like it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? You're making this guy be white, but he's from that part of the world.
Yeah. Right, he's got more melanin in his system, bro. Like
that guy does not need suntan lotion.
That's why I love Dave Chappelle and Chris Tucker when they were like, we'd go to church and I'd be like, Mama, like, why is he white? Why is Jesus white?
No, but why though? Like, answer. No, why?
Well, that would be the Western media one. It's like, obviously, it's easier to do that. And
that is the Western. That was the Western Roman fucking empire that obviously sort of depicted him as a white guy. Which is, again, it's just insanity. But anyways, look, I can talk about religion all day,
absolutely,
without offending people.
Something else maybe offend people. Let's not go to football. I want to talk something else, right?
Because that will definitely offend people, by the way.
Have you watched the Cat Williams interview?
That he did recently.
You seen anything that he did recently when he's trashing and talking about everybody?
But he's talking about Ludacris and his wife and stuff like that, and he was like, "Oh yeah, so we're invited to a party, and all of a sudden this motherfucker gets a white, what is it, like a white skin?" Yeah. I saw that. Oh my god,
he's going in Luda, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, Martin Lawrence. He's going in on all of them, and then somebody said Kirk Williams' net worth, and he's like, I looked at my net worth and I was like, I've got that on me. And I was like, you know what, that's a pretty sick line. Like, my net worth, I've got it on me. Yeah. But no, he's really good. I haven't watched all of it. I've been watching snips of it talking about Kevin Hart and obviously how he's selling his, this whole Illuminati BS that they're all trying to push. Whether they're real or not real, I don't know, nor do I care. But the thing saying sometimes I'm a bit like, I
think it's the words that I use. Like, for example, when you use Illuminati, all of a sudden, like, the majority of the room who are listening, they switch off because like, oh fucking hell, there goes another conspiracy theorist. But I don't think that's what they're actually called. You know what I mean? I think there is a different. I'd rather it be like a secret society for the famous or something. Do you know what I mean? SSF.
But the thing is, I love that. So he's talking about the SSF.
You can copy that, right?
He talks about how these guys are doing stuff to get this success. He talks. I'm sure you heard the Luda bit. He talks about the 200 million, 10 movies. What film are they on now on Fast and Furious? It's effectively going to be.
Is he lying though?
He's not lying, exactly.
Is he lying though? I don't see the lie. So
I've got the receipts. He's saying I've got the receipts. He goes, the 5 movies that Kevin Hart did, they were all on my desk. And he says, I said to them, can we make some slight changes? It does not need to be overly homosexual because I'm not an overly homosexual male and I won't do this. And I'm not going to. And then obviously they gave it to the next guy. And now he said, he also made a comment. He goes, Kevin Hart and I have never been in the same room or in the same building in the last 25 years.
And I don't doubt that for 1 second, because you remember when we started watching Cat Williams for the first time.
I love Cat Williams.
I love Cat Williams. I agree.
Like, what he's saying isn't like, he's not dumb, he's not intoxicated, he's not on drugs, he's not lost his mind. He is speaking.
He's speaking what everyone's thinking, but with receipts. This time,
That's it.
Because I remember when we started watching Cat Williams for the first time, Kevin Hart had just popped up as well at that time, and for us, we liked them both, and we still like them because obviously Kevin Hart fell off a little bit when he started doing the bigger tours, and it's like, I mean, haven't your kids grown up now? Why are you still talking about them like the fucking, they can't go to the bathroom or something?
Again,
you can't do that anymore. So that's what I mean. Whereas Cat Williams, where you actually watch his stand-ups from what was it? Not Big Pimpin'. Was it the Pimpin'? Was it Pimpin'?
Pimpin'.
Pimpin'. And then you had the American Hustle afterwards.
Yeah, the American Hustle.
So Pimpin' was the one with the green shirt with the massive belt buckle.
Massive belt buckle. Yeah,
my favorite.
Yeah.
And then you had American Hustle, which was funny as fuck with the whole every day I'm hustling. Sir, I said shut it off. I love that. I love that. But the thing is,
that joke, and also poor little Tintin joke. While we just shared this joke. Fucking love those jokes by
ting. You mean the motherfucker with no legs?
Disqualified for just genius in it. Disqualified for, and I quote, for an unfair advantage.
Yeah, honestly, but
even the motherfucker with no goddamn legs.
Even the part where he goes in against Michael Jackson at the time, when he's just, it's that bit where, and I'll always remember this because he seems so serious when he goes, fuck him. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit where he's
Michael. Fuck
Michael, fuck him, all this shit. I'm like, damn. But now that the Epstein papers have come out, I don't know how much you've been reading into it.
I've been reading into it, no.
Have a look online. The names that keep getting dropped. So basically, Stephen Hawking, mate. Stephen fucking Hawking. There's a line. Again, I don't know how true it is. I'm just reading. I'm just telling you what I've read. Right? There was a bit where they were questioned. I think Epstein was questioned. Or one of the guys who was there, they were like, did you see Stephen Hawking there? The person said yes. Okay, what did Stephen Hawking do there? Apparently, he fucking, again, word for word, you're going to laugh. I know you are.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to do the Howard of Big Bang Theory. What did Stephen Hawking do? And I thought you were going to do for some reason.
I've just watched that episode. No. There's basically, it says that Stephen Hawking apparently liked watching two women solve maths equations on like a big board or something like that, half naked or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And there's a picture. There's a fucking picture. People listen out there, do your own research, okay? I'm not fucking bad-mouthing anyone.
No. We're just saying, obviously, you're just saying what you've read.
So, again, going back to it, the whole Michael Jackson thing, he was obviously part of the island. Fucking Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, they were part of the island. I knew about
Gates and Bill Clinton, and then I knew that because I watched the documentary. They're talking about, obviously, the guys who were on the flight list and all of a sudden disappeared now. And that's why it talks about the whole thing of him somehow ended up hanging himself in the most secure maximum prison, but somehow I don't believe that neither. I don't think that for 1 second. Part of me thinks he's alive, part of me genuinely thinks he's alive, and they've just got him out, and they've just
they had to get him out. They had to get him out
because he knew too much, and he probably whatever he knew he has kept on file for a rainy day, and that was his thunderstorm day that he thought, let me get my umbrella out.
That would have been world ending, by the way.
Absolutely.
If you just brought that up
everywhere, it would have been chaos everywhere.
Well, this is why I think the whole Epstein thing came out when it did, because I'm thinking he was threatening to come out with some shit like that. And then everyone else was like, tell the news this, tell the media this, or can you go investigate a bit more on Epstein? And then all of a sudden he becomes this pedophile and this fucking guy. And I'm like, right, okay, look, I understand what I've been told, right? But then you do a bit more research. And for me, see, this bit here, after watching that documentary on Epstein, it's that woman who
Maxine,
not the one working with him. It was the girl who goes to his house, gives him a massage or whatever it is, and then she's like, they sent me to Tokyo or whatever, and I knew I was getting abused. But then my sister came. Wait, why did you invite your sister?
Yeah.
Why would you invite your sister, by the way? Like, that's so for me, after watching that,
going through,
100%. After watching that bit, I was like, nah, I can't watch this anymore because it's mostly lies. I don't doubt for 1 second they did
scripted,
shit.
It's scripted.
Yeah, 100%.
There was nothing genuine about it. Once she said that, I literally was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh, then I knew he was abusing me and he was touching my leg, because that's what she was saying, wasn't she? I was touching my leg. And then his assistant, whatever her name was, Maxwell woman, said, would you like to come with us here? We're flying here and you can have all these nice things. We'll put you through art school. And she's like, then I brought my sister in. Hold on a minute. You're complaining that you just got harassed.
Oh, but I didn't know I was getting harassed. What do you mean? Well, you were uncomfortable. You just said you were uncomfortable then, from what you can remember. So why would you bring your sister, your sibling, into an uncomfortable situation?
Crazy, yeah.
So for me, like, look, the thing is, right, historically high society, from the Roman Empire and all that kind of stuff, right, most empires, they've had dealings with what we class now as pedophilia and pederasty, right? Because obviously in Albanian, pederast means, like, we translate that to gay. but it actually means touching kids, I guess. That's what it is, like touching young boys. That's literally what it means.
There's a comedian who talks about, I forgot his name, I'll have to find it, I'll send you the clip on group chat, I'll even individually just to you. Talks about that there's different levels of, I think it's like pre-puberty one, and there's one like little, and then there's different phrases to it. It says, but trying to explain that without sounding like a paedophile is really difficult.
It's really difficult,
Nobody ever explains it. And I was like, but yeah, with this society thing that you're talking about, I know there's conspiracies everywhere, but sometimes I always apply the thing of there is no smoke without a fire, and it might have just snuck out into the media, might have just snuck out into social media or something, and then all of a sudden it's quickly wrapped tight again.
Of course it is.
And he's just like, we can't have that. Because can you really imagine Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, who would ever listen to Bill Gates again about flipping vaccines and coming out saying we need to do more to save the world?
We couldn't.
When he's a child, he's a little fiddler, or he's a nonce, as people are called in prison.
That's it. Not a nonce, yeah. But I mean, look, the thing is, fair enough, right? If you're Bill Gates and you want to do business with Jeffrey Epstein, and you did that business like, outside of the island or somewhere, I don't know, your house or whatever it is, so that's not on the island. Fair enough. Okay, you were maybe there for a legitimate business proposition, right?
Come on.
But the fact that you've gone to the island where everyone, I'm sure he talked to Donald Trump. I'm sure he's talked to fucking Bill Clinton before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And ever since then. So I'm pretty sure at some point Bill Gates knew what was going on at that island, and you still went. That's where I'm like, Something suspicious going on there, mate. Do you know what I mean? If you did that dealings at Microsoft headquarters, like, actually signed some papers for a legitimate business, fair enough. I'd be like, cool, man, shit, you just did business. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But you went to the island of the pedophile island, basically. Let's just face it. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, I think it's a bit messed up. So going back to the whole Michael thing, this is he was part of the island back at the time. And no, it's part of this, and you can't blame Cat Williams for saying what he said.
100%.
And now he makes sense, right? Watching that fuck Michael, fuck him. He makes total sense, because obviously Cat Williams was talking about the little kid sitting up on a tree or something like that, and then Michael comes over to him. Do you know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, maybe there was some truth to that. Like you said, there's where there's smoke, there's always some sort of fire, or has been. Do you know what I mean? Like someone's going to look for that.
That's my approach to things like this. I know there's conspiracies out there, and there's some crazy ones, but like there's certain things I'm like, hold on a minute.
We're made to believe it as conspiracies, though. We're made.
But that's the thing. Yeah, we've been told to think this is a conspiracy. You shouldn't believe this. It's a conspiracy because the majority thinks something else. But
because the media is telling you differently, so you are a conspiracy theorist.
But there's a lot of people who don't question the question, why is this? Like the latest thing, by the way, close to home, this is the latest thing I had with, close to home, I mean the UK, this whole Rwanda policy, right, with the immigrants. They're going to take the immigrants to Rwanda. And I was like, okay, great, but who's paying for that? Because Rwanda's not going to be like, yeah, just bring them over. We're talking about all the immigrants costing us money, but we're sending them to Rwanda. Who's paying for that? Like literally, where's all this money coming from?
Accommodation, food, and then interest to Rwandan government to actually keep them there. So like, isn't that more?
But this is the question you're going to ask, who and why and so on, rather than just be like, oh, yeah, send them to Rwanda, yeah. And then they'll be free. Like, we won't have, but like, hold on a minute, bro. Like, question people what they're telling you. It's the latest thing as well. Another thing close to home, by 2035 and 2030, net zero, yeah? No more carbon, none of this is happening.
That got pushed, didn't it? Didn't that get pushed?
It got pushed. Why? Because they found some oil in just off Scotland.
Yeah.
So they're going to start drilling again. The Prime Minister came out saying energy prices have gone high, so this will lower your energy prices. Then another cabinet minister came on the news and she was like, no, this has got nothing to do with the energy prices. What's going to happen is they're going to sell it to the highest bidder. It's got nothing to do with you. And it makes, and then people are just like, oh, yeah, it's fine. We can just do that. And you can't, bro. Like, this is what sometimes in England, I feel like we should be like the French. Yellow jackets out. We protest. The slightest thing happened. But
hallelujah, my guy. Hallelujah.
I agree with what they do for the people. However,
I agree with what they do, yeah.
They're very good to divide us. It's very quickly to divide. Teachers were striking. All they try to do so the parents can be against the teachers, instead of thinking, hold on a minute, why are teachers striking? It's not because teachers are, first of all, underpaid for the work that they do.
Yes.
Second of all that pay, if they're going to put the wage up by a small percentage, 5-6%, but it's not going to get extra money from the government. So that means whatever funding that the school has to pay that 6% to each individual teacher, which would then result in resources not being adequate resources for this because there's no money. TAs losing their job because people obviously need to get paid and money has to come from somewhere. But what they were very quick to put the spin on, the teachers don't care about your kids. No, it's because they do care about your kids. It's rather than having one single pen all year, like a blue pen or a black pen, and if they lose it or going to do flipping backpacking at supermarkets, parents and everybody's like, oh yeah, but you want more money, but you get all those holidays. Yeah, well, that's professional. Like, you could have gone into that profession, but still, money.
That's your choice. Yeah, that's your choice at the end of the day. No, I agree. I said the same thing to my wife about the doctor striking. No, it is. And again, we get told, like, again, because I've been doing a lot of research. See, I don't really want to go down this rabbit hole too much or too long, sorry, because I've been doing a lot of research about this, about capitalism. And, you know, apparently we were told throughout our lives that there is no alternatives to capitalism. Do you know what I mean? Oh, and people are like, if you're not capitalist, then you're a communist. And it's like, well, no, wait a second. You're just jumping from one extreme to the other. That's not what I'm saying. And communism, in theory, is socialism. And socialism, it means that you look after the people first and not your fucking pockets. That's what socialism is, right? That is literally the defining difference between capitalism and socialism. Capitalism, you literally interested in capital, you want to line your fucking pockets, and you don't give a shit about the people, which is what we're living through now. Okay, and it's getting worse. It's getting fucking worse.
It's going to get a lot worse. It's getting worse now. It's going to be even worse. Mate.
Exactly.
It's going to be a lot worse.
Exactly. So now, for me, someone who's a bit more on the socialist side, I get deemed if I tell my views to someone who is strongly for capitalism, then I get deemed as a communist. Oh, you're a fucking Stalin lover. And I'm like, no, wait, that's got right. Socialism and Stalinism have got nothing to do with each other. Do you know what I mean? Lover. Stalin lover, Levi jeans and Bugattis, man. That's how crazy is that? That's a cool ass title. That's it. Socialist capitalism right there.
That's not bringing you in, bro. You fucked. Go listen to somebody else. Don't listen to us.
But this is the thing, right? Obviously, for many years now, for many decades, we've been told that there is no alternative. Oh, this is the best that we can do. It's like, no, this isn't the best that we can do. This is not democracy that we're living through, by the way. Democracy is socialism. We're living through a capitalist state. That's why there's so many homeless, and that's why there's so many people suffering. That's why there's so many people dying of hunger in different parts of the world. Because of that reason, we're taking resources away from them, giving them to ourselves, and I include us in that as well, because when you compare us to another side of the world, like some countries in Africa, for example, we're fucking well off. We're very rich in comparison. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, that doesn't make me feel good. Do you know what I mean? I'm not out there comparing my life to someone from an African village who's got nothing. Shit, I can't do that because, again, I'm a humanist at the end of the day. Fuck socialism, fuck all that. I'm a humanist. I like humans. You know what I mean? I want people to survive, and I want us to enjoy where we live, and none of this borders and get sent to fucking Rwanda or get sent on a boat or some shit like that, living on a fucking on a raft somewhere off the coast of the English Channel. Do you know what I mean? I don't care for any of that. Like, no, if people are productive in a productive system, then everything will sort of, progress forward, but in a nicer way where no one has to, like, backstab or fucking kill or whatever it is. You know what I
mean? That's the thing. You'll never come to that. You'll never come to that because money will always turn people over. Even the people, like you say, like you and I, who are like humanists and obviously
what can we do?
Part of socialist into it. You just can't. Exactly. The two of us can't do nothing. We need a movement behind us.
But this is the thing.
But it's just difficult because money's changing people quickly, man. People seem to forget where they come from. People seem to forget. Like, I was watching this guy before, and he talks about rappers talking not much like, oh, if I had this, I'll do this for my mom, and I'll do this. I don't know why I'm going American because he's an American guy. Yes. What's it called? I'm a method actor, I'm a method actor.
Of course.
And he talks about, but then once you get the bag, you forget all about that. And you're like, oh, bitches, chains, jewelry, fucking all this. But really, you should be looking after your own, your mom, your dad, the people who were there initially. And that's the thing, when people get cash, what I'm trying to get at is, like, as soon as they get money, they tend to forget about everybody else. Then they try to compete with their peers who are on that level of the yachts and the Ferraris and the Bugattis and so on and so forth. And then therefore, then the hunger becomes to make even more money and fuck more people over. Yeah. And it's just all of a sudden, then it's a chain, and it's just a vicious cycle all of a sudden. And it's very, very difficult. And it's not fair on some people. Listen, I'm not complaining. My wife and I do well. We live in a nice place and so on. Health is the most important thing. But then you look at some people, like you say, the homeless, and you think to yourself, fucking, like, this is the UK, bro. Like, the UK. Like, how have we got so many homeless people? It's not even so. You look at some of these guys, it's not like foreigners who've come to the country. It's usually like army guys who have served served because obviously this is another thing. I think there's not many foreign homeless. They don't mind living 10 in a 3-bedroom house, for example, rather than living on the street. Do you know what I mean? They'll work and so on. Whereas but the army people who have been in this country, who have served for this country, they're in the streets. And then the woman, what did the woman say? Not London mayor, there was a woman, obviously minister, some sort of a minister said, we're just going to ban tents in London.
Oh, was it Suella Braverman?
I think it was Suella Braverman.
Yeah, but she got sacked a week after that. So.
She was fucking shagged. Do you know what I mean? Like the things, her and the other one before her as well. The thing is, I feel like this. But she was like, this Priti Patel's another one. Fucking these one. Do you know what this reminds me of? I think I talked in an episode a long time ago. Like in Ecuador or in somewhere in South America, children were dying of hunger, and to prevent children from dying of hunger, it was made illegal for doctors to write the cause of death as hunger.
Wow.
That's how they stop children from dying of hunger.
Yeah, that's incredible, by the way. Yeah. Did they eat the papers or something? Did they eat the piece of paper or something? What the fuck?
Same with Bradman saying like, oh, we're going to stop homelessness, so just stop selling tents to them and stop tents.
Yeah. Okay. So they just stay on the pavement then. That's what it is, really, isn't it? So look,
capitalism, Rick,
it's capitalism, and again, there's going to be people listening to this who are, again, they're going to see us in a different way. They're going to be like, oh, well, what do you suggest? And again, it's not like I'm sitting here saying these are my answers. Do you know what I mean? But like, again, once you identify what the problem is, then you can work towards fixing that or coming with a solution. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying like, fucking socialism is the answer or anything like it.
No.
But at the end of the day, right, again, when you just, as a quick overview and just to bring this conversation to an end, we are literally dictated by 1% of a fucking population. Do you know what I mean? We, at 99%, we are dictated by 1% of the population. So again, that's the way I look at it. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay, what gives them the right to rule over me? Or you, or my wife, or do you know what I mean? Or just
or the other 99%.
Or the other 99%, exactly. Yeah. So as if I have that thought in my head, then it makes it a lot easier to understand everything else and to come to to come to terms with the fact that we need to change. And imagine if we were like the French. Imagine if fucking 15 million people or 10 million people marched straight down to fucking Parliament. What the fuck they're going to do? They're going to shit themselves.
Absolutely.
Oh, bring the army in. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Bring the army in. But
but what's the army going to do? Army's 100,000 people at the very most. We've got 10 million here. Some of us would be sacrificed in the front lines, but change will happen. Change will happen because that's 10 million people that just march down and demanding the same thing. But the problem is we are that divided as a nation and as a human race right now that, again, we can't see eye to eye on that.
That's the biggest thing, the division.
You're just a conspiracy theorist. You want to do this. Yeah. You're an anarchist or a revolutionary. It's like, well, no, we need a revolution to change things. Everything that's happened in the past.
We're slowly getting with all these strikes, like civil servants striking, junior doctors striking. I feel like there's more and more people getting together. Although it's not having a long-term effect, I think the strikes for teachers and doctors are still doing it, but should have continued for a lot longer. And everybody should have gone on strike at the same time.
But who made the decision? Who made the decision that the strike is over? A union, right? A teachers' union. So that's what, a collective of people. Did they ask the 95% of fucking teachers out there if they're happy with that raise?
I assume so. Because
you happy? Would you be happy with 5% raise?
No, I wouldn't be happy with any. I want full inflation, but people give up to it because I know from my life.
That's the problem right there. Giving up to it, though, Rick.
They were like, but this is the thing as well. Like what they do is very clever. Is they're trying to single you out as the bad person for striking in terms of you're not European. What's it called? Your character, first of all. How dare you strike? Second of all, well, if you do strike, you're not going to get paid for those days that you are striking because you're not at work.
Doctors the same.
And things being so difficult, then you're like, oh, actually, I can't afford to miss 10 days of work because all of a sudden I need to get paid this money. So that's how it slowly starts. But for me, I didn't care. I was like, no, this is for me and a couple of colleagues as well. We're like, fuck it, it's getting done. It needs to be done. And we were going for it. But then the problem is, again, there's a handful of us who were like, let's go for it, and who voted against the 5 to 6% increase and so on. But this is the problem again. It's those older generations who are like, oh, let's just do 5% is better than nothing. It's that phrase, it's better than a kick in the teeth.
You've heard that before? Have a kick in the teeth.
Better than a kick in the teeth. No, I'd rather have the kick in the teeth and still get the 14% at the end of it, rather than get the 6% and still get some sort of get a slapped in the teeth or a punch to the teeth.
No. Even if you get a kick in the teeth, right? Again, I'd rather have that than a 5%, because if I get kicked in the teeth in about a week's time, that pain's going to go away. But in a week's time, with a 5% raise, I'm still going to be sat with thinking
5% raise.
Fuck, only 5%. Shit, I should have had that kick in the teeth.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you.
The point that I made to my wife is that doctors are being stupid right now with the striking because they're not demanding too much. Do you know what I mean? They're not demanding what they should be getting. What are they demanding, by the way? I don't even know what it is. It's like less than 20% or something like that, which they're never going to get. They're never going to get that because, again, they are not unified enough. Like you said, there's people out there who, like, obviously, when doctors go on strike, the hospital doesn't shut down. There's still doctors who are willing to work. But the problem is, that is the problem. Do you know what I mean? That there is people to work. They're like, fuck it, we'll make do with what we've got, so we don't actually have to, give these guys the 20% that they're after. Yeah. We're happy with these. If they want to come back to work, they can do.
It's a what's it called? It's a waiting game, isn't it? Who's willing to sacrifice more? So basically, for you as a worker, you just have to sacrifice your salary until you get what you want. But then it becomes so difficult for you to continue to sacrifice your salary because life continues. This capitalistic world that we live in still needs to be paid. The whole thing is, and it's fear. But if everybody did it, there is no fear because you can rub off each other and you can have that sort of collective confidence.
Socialism, collectivism.
Exactly. But that will never, and that's where the division happens, to make sure people do not group together. That's going to go back to the yellow jackets in France. The French do it. However, here they're very quick to blame so-and-so and blame Brexit, blame the foreigners, blame not taxing the rich enough, blame the footballer, blame Marcus Rashford, and so on and so forth. And everybody then gets divided and will have someone to blame rather than think it's not the government.
Why do you think racism exists?
Oh, racism is a great form of it. It's a great form of division. It's not me. It's these so. It's so and so.
Yeah, exactly. It's these guys coming from here trying to steal my jobs. And again, remember a mutual friend of ours during Brexit? Yeah. He was like, "Oh, fucking hell, yeah, I'm going to vote for Brexit because they're coming here stealing my jobs." I was like, "Wait, what job? I'm an immigrant, right? I can't believe that guy. What job am I stealing from you, by the way?" And can I just say, at the risk of sounding like I'm a dickhead, I was like, "Mate, I've finished uni. You never finished uni. You never had that higher education, right? That was your choice.
That was your choice, exactly.
And you chose to work in a bar during your early to late 20s, and I chose to work in car sales. Do you know what I mean? Like I knew where that I was going to make some decent money there because I was at that age. So what job did I steal of yours? And he was like, "Oh, no, I don't mean you." I was like, "Well, no, you mean immigrants, and therefore I'm included in that."
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm inside the same umbrella.
Yeah, I said to him, I was like, "Well, okay, there's a toilet cleaning job. Would you take it?" "Oh, no, what the fuck?" I was like, "Why? It's offering you £11 an hour. Why would you not take it? Like £6 more than you get now an hour."
You're currently on, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why would you take? "Oh, no, I wouldn't do that." I was like, "I know, but that's what you're saying." So the immigrant who's coming from Poland or from fucking Albania or from wherever he's coming
Eastern
from,
European,
he's willing to do that.
Yeah.
They're willing to clean toilets because it's £11 a fucking hour.
They see the digits, don't they? They don't see the work.
That's it. They don't give a shit.
They think labor is labor, regardless of what the labor is doing. Mechanic, bricklaying, cleaning toilets. They just think, how much is it going to pay?
But that's been manual labor for like 22 years now, right? And obviously, I've never heard that guy complain once. Do you know what I mean? Because he just cracks on with the job.
Just crack on. That's it.
That's it. If you're going to do the job, just do the fucking job. If you're not happy with it, then you have to. Again, there has to be
look for ways to do it.
Yeah,
you did it the right way, though. If you don't mind, like obviously, I hope you don't mind, and I don't think you do mind. You did your car sales stuff. You were like, all right, let's see what you went back to university and did your master's degree.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the mutual friend that we're talking about never did anything like that. He was probably just waiting to become a supervisor in that pub. And his salary would have gone from £7 an hour to £25 an hour.
Yeah.
And all
of
a sudden, or whatever it is, but you can't complain. Then that's your choice, bro. Like you made that decision. Like don't be complaining because of you or me or whoever else came into the country and then trying to using the education system, working hard, making sure they do all the dirty jobs in brackets.
In quotation marks. Yeah, exactly. Dirty jobs. Yeah, it's a job. Fucking hell.
It's a job. That's it. Like people are thinking money. They're not thinking of anything else. And that's the thing here as well. Like I think the youth sometimes it's not even the youth. It's the division again, bro. That's all it is. It's go back to.
It is.
It's not your
fault. That's exactly what it is.
It's not your fault you're only making $8.25. It's Larry's and Ricky's fault who are working and still got a podcast. These bloody foreigners.
Yeah, these bloody foreigners coming here. I was like, mate,
hold on a minute.
Do you know what that reminds me of? And again, this is we'll definitely move on to football, right? But
we said half an hour on this pod. It's 54 minutes. We haven't even
54 minutes. We haven't even talked about football yet. It's fine. But like, last thing on this, right, is again the closest thing I can compare it to is obviously we went many years without traveling abroad. Passports and the citizenship and all that stuff, right? And we waited over 10 years to receive that fucking passport, to see it in our hands, and we were like, shit, we made it. Do you know what I mean?
We made it.
No, literally, we made it, right? And then you get the British people who are literally born here, and they have a right to that passport. They're like, oh no, I can't travel abroad. I don't have a passport. What do you mean you don't have a passport? What, you can't pay 80 quid to get your fucking passport sent to your house? I had to pay, and you had to pay over $4,000, $5,000 to fucking do our applications, and we still never fucking got it, and we still not guaranteed.
Well. Do you remember that stupid
that life
test?
in the UK test? That was awful.
Oh my god, that fucking
was
test! I remember, right? I was at college. I remember doing it, and my parents were like, "Listen, you must revise for it's hard." I was like, I'm doing A levels. Like, how hard can it be? Sat there, he's like, "What percentage in the last census is?" I was like, "What the fuck? Who the hell knows that? What percentage of the UK residents are Muslims? How the fuck am I supposed to know that? In the last census, what was recorded as?" And like, whoa, bro, I understand it's multiple choice, but how the fuck?
Which the last census was like fucking, wasn't it 2001 by the time we actually did our life in the UK test? So because they've done every 10 years?
Yeah, some shit like that, bro.
It's madness. Like, no, but that's what I mean. So that's the closest thing I can relate it to, where I just find it fucking ridiculous that people can actually say that, like, oh, I can't go on holiday, I don't have a passport. You were born in England, right? You're a British citizen, yeah? Okay, well, fucking pay 80 quid and it'll come to your house. It will come to your house.
It's the thing, innit? Like, they've never needed, like, if they don't never travel abroad, they're like, hey, it's all right. It's that thing of, I can get it if I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, so like my wife, when we were talking about this the other day, like, oh, we haven't been in central London for a long time, but people come here to go to central London, to see sightseeing. So for me, I'm like, yeah, but it's only there. We can go whenever we want.
Yeah.
But we haven't been. I've been here for 5 years. I've been once, twice, because it's just there.
It's just there.
See what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, and life takes over as well. And obviously with kids now, plural kids, and so on. And you're like, okay, weekends for shopping, cleaning the house, doing stuff with the kids, and so on and so forth. But central London is just there. But I still haven't been. And it's that kind of same thing for the passport. It's there, like, if you're British born and bred and so on, you're like, I can have it. I just need to fill a form in and be like,
literally,
my name is so and so. My mum's there, my dad's there, and it just comes through to your house. Here's my birth certificate, done.
Sent to your house.
That's all. But no, I'm with you. Like, I feel like certain things like this you should always own, not just because you're British or American or whatever nationality you are. You should always have your own passports, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. That you might need that passport, and you don't have to rely on it. We made a huge mistake with our firstborn. We send it off. We're like, oh, it's just there. We can get it. It's just there. We'll do it tomorrow. Before you know it, COVID hit. And we're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that summer we wanted to go away. Whenever the borders opened up, we're like, we want to go away. Couldn't go anywhere. And that summer we never went. And we spent a lot of money. And I was hoping we can go. And then what happened? Her passport came when I had to go back to work. And I was like,
yes, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. So, but then what we did is we made up for that year the following year. So we're like, fuck.
Of course, No, but the thing is, everyone shifted a year, like, because COVID didn't count. Everyone shifted a year, so it makes sense. But look, Rick,
I'm still 27.
Eh?
I'm technically still 27. COVID didn't happen. COVID.
Oh jeez. Yeah, we haven't. We're missing a year.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, let's do some predictions. Because I think we've may have bored people. I don't know. Hopefully we haven't.
Hopefully some of them can relate to us. Some of them might hate us, but it's what we do. No point in doing that. By the way, I'm thinking we just do Prem teams. Yeah, like whoever's playing in the Prem team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come on.
We'll do obviously our respective teams, but trying to focus on some of the Prem teams.
Yeah, let me just get up the. Okay, so right, we can't. Should we do predictions for final score predictions for the matches that are already playing?
Yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to?
Yeah, I think we should. Because there's 30 minutes left. Yeah, I was gonna say there's 30 minutes left. Wolves are a man down. Brentford winning 1-0 as it stands. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with. Maybe a draw on that one. I think a replay. I think it's going to be a 1-1. Yeah, because there's plenty of time to go yet. There's plenty of time to go yet.
I'm not even watching it, but I think that'll end 1-0. Sorry, not 1-1. That'll be a 1-0 Brentford win there. And Fulham the same as well. Fulham Rotherham will probably finish 2-0.
I think Fulham are gonna. Yeah, I think Fulham probably get a third goal. To be honest, second and a third, obviously, because they haven't scored a second yet. And Tottenham Burnley, 35 minutes in, sitting at 0-0. What we thinking?
Probably 0-0 at the end as well. There's no Son can't seem to do anything. What's funny about that? I'm just looking at the lineup here as well. Who started for them? No Eric. In the FA Cup, Eric doesn't even get a look in. Don't even roll your eyes.
Mate, did you just mention my boy Eric? The guy who was named alongside Mbappe and fucking Toni Kroos.
He's not even on the bench, bro. He's not even on the bench. They're saving him next to Mbappe and Toni Kroos.
Unbelievable. Like, I can't believe... The ESPN FC, right? The fucking articles actually said top players who are on free agents by the end of the season, right? And Eric fucking Dyer was part of it. The only reason I clicked is it said Dyer, and I was like, wait, surely that's not Eric. Surely it isn't. I thought it was going to be like a different Dyer, like a Sam Dyer or something like that. I don't know. Like a Jackson Dyer or something. I don't know, right?
Somebody, just not Eric. No, it's Eric.
No, it was Eric. It was Eric.
What do you think?
I couldn't believe it.
Versus Burnley?
Spurs Burnley, I'll be honest, right? I could see Burnley nicking it, but I'm going to go with the Tottenham win. I'm going to go Tottenham win. I'm going to go with a 1-0.
Yeah, same. I think Tottenham might just nick it.
Yeah.
I hope Burnley do it, but I think Tottenham might nick it.
I can see Burnley doing something crazy because, again, they've got no other reason why they wouldn't. But to be fair, Tottenham have actually got almost a full team out, apart from obviously Son, who's gone away. So
who's gone? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. They've got a full strength team. So it seems like obviously Ange wants to win something this season. And
I think he made a mistake in the Carabao Cup when they got knocked out right away on penalties, I think by Fulham or something, because he put a weaker team out and everybody slated him. Yeah. But then he went on an unbeaten run. So maybe made it free. But yeah, it's okay then. So tomorrow, lots of games on.
Lots of games tomorrow.
Oh, here we go. Kind of weird derby. Sunderland, Newcastle.
Ooh, that's spicy.
That is spicy, isn't it?
Spicy. Ooh, that is some paprika mixed with some chili.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Paprika mixed with chili. I love it. Yeah, Sunderland, Newcastle. Fucking, that is an early kickoff as well.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Sorry, 2 seconds. I can hear Can you hear knocking?
Yeah, but not your end, not my end.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is someone in my house? Come in.
If you are in, put the kettle on. That's
yeah,
one time we forgot the light on, right? My wife obviously she came in, she was like, why is that light on? Someone broke into our house. And I was like, behave, man, no one's going to break into your house. She's like, no, in London it happens. I was like, it happens everywhere, but no one is breaking into your house. And I come in, and then as I open the door, and I was like, I'll stick the kettle on, kid. Like, if you're in, you might as well stick the kettle on.
Don't worry, it's just your neighbours. We just want to borrow some brown sugar.
Yeah, you got some brown sugar.
All right, okay. Sunderland, Newcastle at the Stadium of Light. Newcastle have been on a poor form, and I mean a fucking poor form. And Sunderland have actually, gained some sort of traction.
They had a little bit of momentum, yeah. They're not doing that great neither, to be fair, in the Championship. But Sunderland at home, this is a huge game.
It's a huge game.
These derbies really matter to the people that are only separated by a motorway.
Yeah, and not even that. Yeah, not even that. Like, but okay, with this one, I'm gonna go with. Honestly, I'll go with the Newcastle win because. Educated sort of prediction is that they have no Champions League. They're not going to really do much in the league. So I think this is going to be full steam for Newcastle to win a trophy. Yeah. So if Eddie Howe is stupid, he obviously will neglect this match. But I don't think he is. I think he's going to go
I agree with you. I think he's going to try and use this as a springboard to kind of start the season. Because if he does neglect it, Sunderland will win. And then he's going to look like a fool. And he'll get the sack, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then he'll probably try and rest some players. He'll probably try to rest Gordon, trying to rest Joe Linton. The thing is, exactly, why would you rest him? There's been a full week and he hasn't played since Liverpool game, New Year's Day?
Yeah, and don't we have 12 days after this weekend? Don't they have 12 days off?
As well, yeah, because I don't know why. Why do they have 12 days off after this weekend?
I don't know. It's not international break, is it? I
don't think so. But yeah, anyway, moving on. If he does that, then obviously he's a fool. But yeah,
so I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle as well. I think that's really what I was going to go with. But if he neglects it, it's going to be a difficult day for Newcastle at Stadium of Light.
Obviously, I've stopped with my curse on Newcastle, so whatever happens now.
I told you got to continue it because Chelsea are only a point behind him in 10th.
Oh no, I think if he loses this match in the FA Cup, then I think he's going to go down even further, to be honest, and Eddie Howe will get sacked. But okay,
the rest of them, to be fair, to kind of comment on them, I think there's a lot of games going on because it's the third round. But if we go Chelsea Preston,
let's
half 5 kickoff.
Chelsea Preston. I'm gonna go with. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go with a Chelsea win. I can't really see much else happening there.
Good lad.
And I'm hoping that he doesn't start Nick Jacks, because if he starts, Jackson,
he doesn't. Jackson is gone. Jackson's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Oh yeah, he has gone. Okay, well then I think you're definitely gonna win it. Yeah, I think you're definitely gonna win.
Start Jackson.
And Nkunku, by the way, he's had a couple of the appearances that he's made. He's been quite decent. He's been quite lively, something different. That them sort of runs from that attacking 10 midfield role going into the box. He's been doing quite well there. So yeah, I think Chelsea comfortable win, to be honest. I'm thinking like a 2-3-0. I'll be honest with you on that one, because you've actually got people who know how to score. And Jackson,
well, I'm hoping we've got a game on Tuesday as well against Middlesbrough at the Riverside. So I don't know how strong of a team he'll put out, because the Carabao Cup obviously.
Carabao Cup, yeah.
Carabao Cup on Tuesday at the Riverside. So it's the FA Cup Saturday, Carabao Cup on Tuesday.
There's no reason why you shouldn't put full squad out.
We should go, and by any luck, Liverpool get knocked out, and then we somehow end up being favourites. But really, Liverpool are the favourites to win that one. Like
so far, yeah.
Say, but Liverpool are very good. But I'm just reading here a little bit on the news, and Lavias looks like he's suffered another injury setback. So he had a knee injury in the summer, made his debut against Crystal Palace, and then got another injury setback. So for fuck's sake. But yeah, I don't know. I can't even predict the 11 he's going to start with. I'm hoping Prison Break makes a start at right back.
Probably will do, yeah. Went with Miller, Michael Schofield. Yeah, love it.
Hopefully he comes up without the tats, and give Broya another run out. Maybe he can get a goal or two. Maybe he can get some confidence. But give him at least 45 minutes. If he looks like he's not doing much, then obviously bring him.
This is the match.
He's going to be Chelsea striker. This is the match for him to score. Really,
this is the match. Yeah, or to prove himself that he can score. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Chelsea. I'm going to go 3-0 on that one.
Yeah, I've got a feeling for some stupid reason we'll concede. We always seem to concede. We're just not a unit at the back yet. I think we'll score. I'm just 2-1 Chelsea.
And I like your keeper as well, by the way. I like Petrovic. I think.
Yeah, me too. I think he's quite good keeper. He's quite good.
I'll be honest, right?
So he needs some time, but he's decent.
I was going to say, I think he's someone to keep an eye out on for the future, because I don't know, if Chelsea keep going, because obviously you've won a couple of matches recently. So with him in goal, and it just feels like even the defense has had some sort of cohesion with each other. Do you know what I mean? So again, I wouldn't be surprised if he displays Sanchez. So
and he should do. To be fair, Sanchez has been quite awful. Sanchez with some of those distributions, against Arsenal, Sanchez cost us. Yeah, he's been costing us some points, Sanchez. When in reality we could have been a little bit higher up the table, maybe 9th instead of 10th.
Well, hey, that's the difference right there, right?
Go on, next one.
Middlesbrough, Aston Villa.
I think Villa will take that one. I think Villa are going to take that one. I think Villa will slap them 3-1. I think if Villa go for a full strength squad, I think Villa
Which I don't think they will, because
they're
doing so well in the league. They're doing well in the league. I don't think he's going to go weak squad. Definitely not, because Emery never does that. But the fact that they've got a chance to be in Europe and in the Champions League shout, they've got again right now as it stands, they've got a shout at the league. Let's just be honest,
right? Do, yeah. As it stands,
we're looking at where they are. So yeah, I don't think Emery's going to put a full strength squad, but he will have them on the bench if they're needed. So yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that one. I'm afraid I think it is going to be an Aston Villa win. As much as I want Middlesbrough to do well. But Middlesbrough play Chelsea on Tuesday as well. So what squad are they going to put out? That's the only reason I went 3-1, is because although Villa might put a weaker squad than their starting 11, but theoretically they should win, because Middlesbrough, I don't know what squad, because they've got a really good chance. Middlesbrough beat Chelsea, they're probably in the final. Is it semis? Yeah, I think they're in the final. If they beat Chelsea, but
Chelsea are in the final. It's a two-leg one, of course. But if you get decent enough result, put a strong team against Chelsea, and then just sit back. Chelsea can't score against teams that sit back.
Because you don't have to play until the end of January, isn't it? I think it's the 26th of January or something like that.
What, the final or the
the next leg?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
End of Jan, and then obviously end of February for the final. But yeah, do you know what? For some reason, 1-0 to Borough pops into my head. Even though I said Villa win, I'm just looking at. I'm going to go 1-0 Borough. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Borough. Screw it. I'll go with what my gut was telling me there. So. Yeah, it should be an interesting game, though.
It should be. It's televised. If you're in the UK and listening to this, it's on BBC One.
Excellent. We're going to definitely be watching that. Where are we? Right, so let's go into Sunday. Luton play first against Bolton. That's a Premier League team right there. What are we thinking? Luton, Bolton?
Luton win.
Yeah,
2-1.
I think so. I think they've done pretty well.
Yeah, 2-1 Luton.
I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 Luton. And I'd like to see them do well, to be honest. I want to see them stay up. As much as I want the company to do well, I just feel like it's a lost cause now.
Yeah.
Because so much time has passed, so yeah, it's a lost cause. But and then we've got City Huddersfield. Hey, look, obviously first thing is destruction by City, but I don't know,
Guardiola never seems to put a weaker side, and then again you look at City's bench, so they have a weaker side.
They don't have a weak side.
Exactly. No. So you're right, destruction 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. At the Etihad, probably 4-0. Let's go 4-0.
I'm going to go 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 on that one. And there's not much really needs to be said about Man City, especially if De Bruyne is back. I think he's going to run riots. And if De Bruyne is fit, this is probably the perfect match to bring him back and get some match fitness.
I would agree.
So. And I'll be honest, I look forward to seeing De Bruyne again because he's such a good fucking midfielder, man. He's such a great footballer. Definitely one of the best.
I miss those cut through passes, cut through. He's just through the midfield and defenders. He's just on the path. And you just think, wow. There was
a match last season, City against Arsenal. I think we went up ahead, and then De Bruyne did some crazy magic. And you were trying to type in charge, by the way.
Trying to type in charge. So while you're talking low charge, and I ended up putting large.
Large, yeah, man. Living at large. Kevin and Perry go large.
Bro, you're mid talk then.
Sorry, no. No, so I was going to say there's a scene where De Bruyne where Tomiyasu makes a mistake and De Bruyne takes the ball over his head and scores. So he brings City back to winning. And then there's a bit where he walks to where he gets subbed off and he has to walk all the way around. So basically, it's at the Emirates. So he gets subbed off. Obviously, all the Arsenal fans are booing him because, he's that fucking good. Even though the boo is more like we respect you so much that we fucking hate you, you bastard. And again, there's a scene, which I'll send you the link to, by the way. There's De Bruyne just looking up at the crowd like this. Again, the only thing missing from that scene is him waving at them.
He's sort of
walking, basically walking like that. And they're throwing stuff at him. They're throwing bottles. And a couple of times where he's dodging them and shit like that, but still smiling, almost to go, nice one. All right, lads. Yeah, take care. See you next week. Yeah.
Enjoy second.
The coldest walk ever.
Send it to me.
I have to send you that because it is just ice. You see De Bruyne just walking past the crowd like that. All right, nice one. See you later, lads. Yeah, just too cold, and I can't help but just fucking respect that guy, man.
Yeah, he's a great footballer. Great
footballer.
Since you're on Arsenal, then, because the other teams really are all against thing, and I'm on low on charge now.
Yes,
we're nearly at the end. Arsenal, Liverpool. What are you thinking? I'll go first.
Go on.
Oof.
I've already made my prediction on the last pod, by the way, because you asked me this question.
Oof. I think it's a draw. I think it's a 1-1.
I think it's going to be a replay.
I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. I think it's going to be 1-1.
I already, again, as much as I hate to say this, but I've already expressed myself on this one. I said 3-1 to Liverpool.
Darwin Newman's hat-trick.
Yeah, that's because I've talked so much shit.
Have you changed your mind? Are you still on there?
I'm looking at that, and it's still scaring me. Even though we're at home, it's still scaring me. Maybe not a 3-1, but I can see Liverpool winning like a 2-1.
I've just got a feeling they'll probably put a weaker team, but then again, how weak is weak? And because again, they play on Tuesday as well. They've got their games coming up on Tuesday, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's obviously closer to a trophy.
So yeah, and it's closer to a trophy. But then again, this is really good to knock out a rival out and maybe send a message to the Premier League as well. Yeah. Be it Arsenal at home, they're out. So it's going to be an interesting one. But then again, Liverpool with no Salah.
Yeah.
No Salah. See how that's going to work. So I'm excited for that game. I'll be honest, I'm excited for that game.
They've got that bastard Jota, and they've got that other bastard fucking Diaz, and they've got your favourite guy, that bastard Gravenberch.
Number
38. Sorry, number 38. You don't know his name.
Don't even refer to him as Gravenberch.
Don't even know his name,
I don't even know why I said his name. I don't even want to say his name, bro.
No, but that's So I think I get what you mean though. Obviously, it's going to be a bit difficult with Salah being away, but unless. We've got really no one apart from Tomiyasu who's gone to the Asian Cup. Yeah. So I think we'll probably have a full squad, and there's no reason why you shouldn't put a full squad out because we don't have another match for another fucking 10 days or whatever it is.
Well, you need a good feel-good factor coming in, to be fair. So I think you need to go full strength, beat Liverpool into the next round. Although you're fourth in the Prem for now, but that's something to maybe kickstart and say, like, right, lads, let's get this shit together and try to win some matches.
We're not that far. Obviously, we're in fourth. We're not that far behind.
Your boys are like 5 points behind Liverpool, though, aren't you?
Yeah, behind Liverpool, yeah.
Same point as City, but City have got an extra game.
Yeah, game
so
in
that's
hand.
the only thing. And it's doable. 5 points is nothing. Liverpool could lose matches. The only downside for you guys being in fourth is City may not lose any more points.
Another game, yeah.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
And obviously, don't forget, last season we were 11 points at this stage above City, and they still managed to.
But maybe you might do better as being the underdog and the hunter rather than the hunted.
I don't know. I think it all, like I said, it all depends on what he does in January. Yeah, that's what it depends on. But we already had that conversation, so go listen to a previous podcast. But yeah, Rick, actually, do you know what? Let me just check Monday. Is there any more matches on Monday?
Man United, Wigan.
Oh,
let's hope Wigan win.
Oh, Wigan. Isn't that almost like a derby, isn't it?
Ish, but I think it's got that little bit of history between them, because they met in the final a long time ago.
Oh, right,
Ronaldo and the Tim Cahill days when Tim Cahill and Ronaldo.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Wigan do it. Wigan beat City there 1-0 a couple of years ago. Wigan beat City, so it's doable. You know, the FA Cup always has a surprise, and I've got a funny feeling this might be the surprise win that Wigan actually beat United.
Yeah, I can see that. Either that or Sunderland beating
Newcastle.
Yeah,
that's doable. Sunderland, Newcastle because of the derby, I think. But I think Wigan beating them as well. I think Wigan might beat United. I think that Wigan will go in really physical, and United just can't. If he doesn't put in McTominay, because McTominay seems to understand what it means to be physical. If he goes with Anthony, Bruno, all these guys who seem to roll around and look at the referee to be like, ref, can I have some, please, ref, one more free kick, ref.
Yeah, one more, please. Yeah,
then that's not going to happen. Then Wigan
I totally agree.
Run riot.
I totally agree. I mean,
they'll win.
There was that picture that our friend sent in the group of Bruno Fernandes covering the most mileage or kilometers. Yeah, most of them are to the ref complaining about.
That's literally it. Yeah, that's what he's covering.
I've said to you in other podcasts, I've said the only time I see Bruno Fernandes is when he's running towards the ref, and that's literally someone's actually put it into a meme. So
you mentioned that since I started looking at him. That is the only time he seems to do a sprint.
That and corners, right? That and corners. Yeah. That's the only time you see Bruno Fernandes.
The only time he seems to put a shift in.
But yeah, Rick, I've got nothing else to add for this week. Obviously, we'll come back on Sunday evening.
Neither have I, brother. Yeah, we will do. We will recap on Sunday evening. So if you don't have anything else, then thank you everyone very much for listening. We wish you a lovely weekend. Hopefully your team wins, unless it's Arsenal or Liverpool. Well, Arsenal and Liverpool both play together. I was going to say, I wanted to lead it to like you both team lose, but I suppose this is one way that both teams can't lose.
No, but that's true. That's true.
Yeah, now let's hope for it's a good weekend of football. But obviously for you boys, hope you lose every game. And I will catch you all on the next one. So thank you very much for listening. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay alert. And catch you on the next one. We have a rumble there.
Who's this motherfucker knocking? Like, what's he nailing, by the way?
Oh, right. He's hammering shit in.
Is he motherfucking nailing Christ or some shit? He only had 3 nails, bitch. Actually, we should have stopped recording, really.
This had to stay on.